Lethal Company, the indie horror game developed by Zeekers, has garnered significant attention since its release in 2022, being played by huge YouTubers from around the world. But is it worth buying in 2025, nearly 3 years after the game's release? If you didn't know, Lethal Company is an online co-op horror first-person PvE game about hopping from moon to moon, collecting scrap, and evading monsters from a mysterious company that's like in a wall. Your only goal is to not die and hit quota. At its core, Lethal Company thrives on its atmosphere of tension and unpredictability. At one moment you'll be screaming for your life, and the next moment you'll be laughing your ass off. It's this aspect of the game that caused it to become so popular despite its simple premise, as it provides for a lot of fantastic moments. Lethal Company is as much of a social game as it is a horror one, akin to the game Among Us, and the experience you can have with your friends or even total strangers causes the game to feel unique and exciting with each run, even with its relatively straightforward concept. In addition to all this goodness, the game has a large and vibrant modding community that's created thousands of mods, ranging from quality of life mods to even adding freaking guns. Video coming soon. So if you think you'll get tired of the base game, there are plenty of ways to make it even better. But how is Lethal Company doing in 2025? First off, the last major update to Lethal Company was months ago, but since then there hasn't been any new major updates, and there hasn't been an up-to-date roadmap created for future updates to the game, making its future quite uncertain. Secondly, on a more positive note, there is a good chance of big updates coming back to Lethal Company in 2025 or beyond, as Zeekers wants to finish up another game before coming back to Lethal Company to prevent being burnt out. So do with those 2 points of information as you will. Third and lastly, Lethal Company still has a great community and a great sized player count, with about 20,000 people playing at any one time, meaning the game is far from dead and still quite active, especially for a 3-year-old indie game. So is Lethal Company worth $10 in 2025? Well, paraphrasing something I read online that really stuck with me, quote, in the first hour of playing Lethal Company, you experienced about 90% of the game, quote, someone online. And this stuck with me because it's true. Most of the game is collecting scrap and dying, and you will experience most of the game within an hour. But, as I said before, a lot of the fun in Lethal Company comes from the social interactions. If you want a more mechanic and horror focused game with a similar concept, I'd highly recommend Phasmophobia, which is a game about hunting ghosts. All this brings me to say that in 2025, for $10, Lethal Company is maybe worth it. It depends. Simply put, if you have friends who will play Lethal Company with you, definitely buy it. But if not, then I highly recommend waiting for a deal, because though it will probably be a better experience with friends, public lobbies do have plenty to offer. Subscribe if you love Lethal Company.